I'm back to more Pokemon White 2. So last time we did the Everlasting Memories movies, and yeah, those ones, yeah, definitely very emotional. Those ones, that's a thing, sure. Especially that last one. And yeah, this time, yeah, we're gonna be yeah, we're gonna need Fly, obviously. We're gonna be going catch another legendary Pokemon, so yeah. And yeah, today's a good day to do it, I think. So yeah, let's head inside. And yeah, let's go get Vitra back out, because yeah, she did a good job with those movies, doing what they need to do there. So yeah, once again, yeah, Liquid proves to be a pretty good Pokemon for these. So yeah, so there we go. Let's get Vitra back, and yeah, like I said, yeah, we're gonna catch that trip. But yeah, like I said, I'm probably gonna go and buy some stuff at Troy Avenue. Again, this is something I probably should done off screen, but I mean, I don't mind doing it on screen. Just show what items I get. So yeah, I gotta get some fun ones in like the museums. So yeah. So yeah, let's go have a little look. Yeah, like all that, yeah, it's all the Giant Chasm. So yeah, let's get on our bike. Let's see what we can get here. A Great Ball. Another Heartstone, obviously. Yeah, those didn't really give us too much. Yeah, another Heartstone. You can sell the Heartstones at the ore, but you'll have some more than that. I don't know if you would really want to do that. So yeah, we get another Footstone. Another Heartstone, yeah. It's something I've had for today, it looks like. So yeah. You got a time mushroom there, though. Another Heartstone. Heart Scale, that's definitely good. Yeah, definitely a lot of items though. And yeah, another Tiny Mushroom, that's not bad. A Firestone, not too bad either. Another Heartstone. Everstone. And another Heartstone. So yeah, not too bad this time around. And of course, I'll pick up the berries too. Yeah, we'll have all the stat reduction berries on our side now, which is very nice. So I'll be able to get a good selection of them. If again I do want to... I guess one thing on the back of my mind was, yeah, maybe changing up Ronan's EV set. That was something I was thinking about too. Maybe lean more into speed, and then maybe, you know, evening out its attack with special attack or something like that. That was something I was thinking about, so yeah. Anyway, so yeah, what we got here? Got the raffle. Yeah, full heal, alright. So I'll take that. I think at right turn, that's when you get the really good, you're likely to get the really good prizes, so yeah. So I think another Max Revive, another PP up, and another Ether. If I need more healing items, well, yeah, that's the place to do it, so yeah. And once again, yeah, I'll pick these up. So yeah, so this one goes HP, attack, and yeah, defense, and the other one's special attack, slash defense speed, so yeah, perfect. Perfect selection right there. Yeah, with both, yeah, the gyms and the bistro, and then the two gardens, yeah, it's pretty easy to get any Pokemon you train. The only problem is getting a good Pokemon with IVs. That's obviously the more difficult thing, because there's no ball caps, obviously. But yeah, other than that, though, yeah, we can do a pretty good job you train these Pokemon, like I was kind of saying before, so yeah. And yeah, like I said, at the back of my mind, I'll think about what to do Run. Like I said, I might make Run very fast. Instead of, you know, giving them lots of attack on both sides, or trying to balance out the attack session like speed. Again, that's something I'm thinking about. But anyway, let's fly to Lacrimosa now, because yeah, we're going to be going to the Giant Chasm. Because as Ed mentioned, yeah, someone is back. And yeah, if we catch them, then yeah, we'll be able to do a lot of cool things. So yeah. So let's go on the bike. And yeah, let's head back in. Where we thought gets us, obviously. So yeah, let's use that Super Repel. I actually need more of these, so yeah, I'm gonna go buy some more. I can also buy the Max Repels in the in the Drawn Avenue slot. They're probably pretty good value for money now, so yeah. And now I need to figure out how to get back. So I could all the way around. Because yeah, these dead trees are still in the way, so yeah. If we go around here, we can make it all the way back. And yeah, in here, someone is of course waiting for us. And yeah, the cane is still hit too. Alright. So let's save the game. And yeah, we got the right lead for this, so yeah, this should go hopefully pretty good. That is the hope, obviously, so yeah. Alright. Let's try to catch this. This is of course Kyurem, level 70 Dragon Ice type. Pressure Threats ability with the moves Imprison, Dragon Pulse, Glaciate, and Scary Face. So, Kyurem in its incomplete form is still a pretty solid Pokemon in right, but yeah, of course though, it would definitely like having, you know, its more complete forms. But despite that though, yeah, like I said though, it's still a pretty solid Pokemon. It has really good stats all around, to be honest. 125 HP is quite a lot, and then it also has 9 defenses. The main, obviously, problem with its bulk is, the Ice type. But other than that, though, yeah, not too bad. We'll try another Thunderbolt here and hope that it doesn't go. And there we go, got into red health. Awesome. So yeah. And yeah, unlike its two counterparts though, it's actually pretty, both its counterparts are actually quite strong on both sides, but yeah, Kyurem also is, with 130 in both its attacking stats. Of course, it doesn't have the 150 that its counterparts have, but that's okay. And then 95 speed to round it up. The thing about this Soka is that, yeah, both its stabs are very, very good. That's kind of what makes Kyurem, basically. Because of course Dragon isn't resisted by much and Ice has very good coverage, so yeah. They of course overlap a little bit because they're both good against Dragon, but yeah. That's really the only downside. Obviously, the other downside is the fact that, yeah, again, you do have a lot of weaknesses thanks to the Ice type, so yeah. So yeah, let's go on to moves. It did use its signature move against us, although it's a very strange move, Glaciate. It's basically Icy Wind, but it has 10 more power. It also reduces the speed, guaranteed. I actually can't remember if it hits both Pokemon Delva. I assume it does, so yeah. Just like Icy Wind, so yeah. So that's a thing. It's not an amazing signature move, unlike, you know, what counterparts get, but it is what it is. Of course, it does get Ice Beam and it does get Dragon Pulse. Both are pretty good, but of course, remember that it can physical attack too, so Outrage is also a really good option. So is Icicle Spear, but unfortunately, it doesn't have access to it in this game. It's one reason why this Pokemon's very controversial later on in its life, so yeah. In terms of other moves, it doesn't get much else. It does get Outrage, but you can obviously use the move tuner later on to do that. He has Outrage as a near move tuner move, and yeah, its last move is Hyper Voice, so yeah. It does get a demo, which luckily it doesn't have, because otherwise it would be quite the pain to catch if it did, so yeah. Anyway, as for TM moves, of course, there's Hail and Blizzard. It's not too bad for that, to be honest. Because again, 130 special attack Blizzard is definitely pretty good. It's kind of what's other good. It's other forms are obviously better than that, but that's okay. It does get some strange government shoes as well, like Psychic and Shadow Ball as well. Focus Blast, this is a move I should have, recommended Reshiram. It's also another way for it to hit Steel type Pokemon, so yeah. So I really should recommend that. It also does get Stone Edge as well, even Shadow Claw, even Flash Cannon, and even Fly too. And of course, with its good attacking stats, you can never go wrong with Drake Meteor as well. And yeah, as for the Mewtwo moves, again, I mean the main one here is Earth Power. Earth Power is quite amazing, so yeah. Anyway, I'm going to use the High Potion here. Yes, John Tracy is able to weather Kyurem's attacks quite well, so yeah. There we go. So I'll keep it there. Alright, let's keep using those Dust Balls when they don't work. We got Timer Balls. In fact, the other Timer Balls might be even better now, but it's kind of hard to say. Anyway, I've also seen, Roost also being very good. It does have pressure, so we can use Roost and Substitute alongside that. That was a popular competitor set that I'd also used, but anyway. That's mostly everything. Again, Kyurem is actually kind of controversial competitive. Like, yeah, I think they actually got banned from Smogon Oyu in Sun Shield. And then Scarlet Violet, it was part of a controversy with how the banning of it went. So yeah, Kyurem is definitely quite the controversial Pokemon it seems. So yeah. But yeah, the main reason why it got so powerful, I think, is because I think there's a couple of reasons. I think it got Freeze Strike ? Maybe. And also a Dragon Dance. That's another move it got later on. And with Icicle Spin, Scale Shot, it was quite difficult to deal with. So yeah. So yeah, I think those are some of the reasons why. And it's a pretty solid Pokemon in its own right, despite the Ice types. So yeah, I think that's the main reason why. And yeah, it's a Pokemon I kind of like too. I really like its shiny too, and you can actually shiny hunt it as well, unlike its counterparts, which are shiny ones. So yeah, so that's definitely something nice about Kyurem. Alright, looks like yeah, Kyurem does want to hang around for a little bit. So yeah, how about we talk about some topics? So I guess I don't have any Pokemon related ones, so yeah, let's go with some. So yeah, we got skill changes of Persona 4 Revival. We still don't know anything about that game, but maybe we'll learn soon because we got some leaks about Persona 6, which I don't really have anything to say about because I don't really know what to think, to be honest, so yeah. But yeah, I assume it's gonna be similar to like Reload, where like, they'll give each of the characters all the skills that they need. Although to be fair with original, I wouldn't say original, the Circle Portland, most of the characters got exactly what they needed, so yeah. Except for maybe the physical attackers. To be honest though, I think they did get like a lot of the skills they really wanted, so I'm not really sure how they would change things. I guess one thing is if they want to bring back the bike skills from Golden, then yeah, those could get a revamp because they're kind of niche. A lot of them are kind of underwhelming moves, I guess you could say. Once you do get them down. I'll try Ronan instead. I might try Tiny Ball a little bit here. Because I'm kind of curious to see how it does, so yeah. I mean, this was more accepting with most of the legendary Pokemon. I was something more to put up a good fight, so yeah. But anyway. So that's what I was talking about, so yeah. I'm not really sure, again, how they would change. I guess one thing, actually no, I don't think that would. I was thinking the magic attackers could get more the higher tier of magic attacks, so then Yukiko does, thanks to it, but the Persona, so yeah. So I'm not really sure what they would get, because again, I think what Rilo basically did was like give like each character like the best possible skills, except for I guess Hikari not being Salvation, which yeah, I think Yukiko will, because I think she did in original, I wouldn't say original, but People G, so yeah. Again, not really sure about that one. And again, yeah, I assume that, yeah, like original Persona 4, physical is only gonna be one element, so yeah. Alright, you know what, yeah, let's try a Timeball this time. Let's spice it up a little bit here, so yeah. And yeah, it didn't work anyway. So there's Ram Pulse. You could run out of PP, that's definitely something that could happen, so yeah. And yeah, Ram Pulse definitely hurts coming from this thing, so yeah. But Ruin could take it a little bit, so yeah. So yeah, let's go for another timer here. I guess I could also think about what I would like to see. One thing I would like to see probably is Naruto. Focusing more on light and dark actually, because yeah, I assume in Revival they're going to be attacking skills, you know, Koha skills and Aha skills. Anyway, Blue Shogun. I assume those are still going to be a thing, so yeah. And we got crit that time. And I'm feeling, I think, yeah, I mean now's the time for the, now is the time for the timables, so yeah, especially because, yeah, I'm not actually in night. I remember that, yeah, I had, I was going crazy thinking about Duskfall's not working unless it was nighttime, but I don't think that's the case. I think I just got extremely fed up with catching Vultures, so yeah. Anyway, that almost worked. Again, probably the thing is to probably weaken it more, but I'm not really sure how I would do that, so yeah, I'm not going to bother doing that, so yeah. But yeah, I'm guessing that, yeah, I wasn't sure if I would like to see it because I kind of like what Naruto's like in the Silver Golden with, you know, all the elements they had, but yeah, I think it would make a lot of sense if, yeah, they used Aha and Koha skills, then had boost both of them. Now that I think about that, I think there's a character the sort of Flavio kind of works like that, but anyway. That's something a character I could definitely see Naruto also kind of working like this one, but I mean, get correct again, which is great. Because I'm gonna be starting to run out of Pokemon, but hey, at least I can revive John Tracy again. So yeah, that'll probably be something I do coming up. If things keep going. Anyway, 1, 2, 3. Almost again. I'm feeling the timables. I think the timables are gonna be our key to victory here, so yeah. And they're working a lot better than I thought they would, so yeah. And then, yeah, nothing. So I think that, yeah, again, that's something I would expect to see. I guess no Primark gets debilitate in the original, so I wonder who that would be. I'm guessing Naruto once again, but it could be Teddy as well, because he's support. And there we go. So yeah. Anyway, this is the boundary Pokemon. This legendary Ice Pokemon waits for a hero to fill in the missing part display with truthful ideals. Well, let's think about doing that. But yeah, that was definitely quite intense. And these two are here. Rohan, that was Kyurem just now, right? So that's the legendary Pokemon Team Pass, or should I say gets this season. Rohan, you're amazing. You met so many Pokemon. Hey now, your Pokemon should be pretty full, right? I'm sure Reverse Giant were really happy we saw her. I'm sure she was. You're actually in the whole world. There's still many Pokemon that are waiting to meet you, though. Still, how many Pokemon could there be in all? I mean, I'll go back to New Vermintide, ask Press Juniper. Alright. And Kyurem leaves behind the DNA splices. So now we can do some cool things. So yeah. But yeah. I do wonder, I guess another thing I'm wondering too is if Fuji attacks, which they probably won't be called that, will also return. People are kind of mixed on them in Reload, so yeah, I guess we'll see. Because yeah, I assume again it's gonna be like, you know, they match the element and they ignore. So like, you know, you're gonna have like wind and physical maybe to start out. We'll see. We'll see what they decide to do with that. Is again, I think overall they're well liked, but I'm not 100% sure, so yeah. Really, it's definitely a game I still would like to play at some point, so yeah. Anyway though. think I'm gonna get asked more topics actually, so yeah. I still have 2 left though, so that's not too bad. But anyway, though, it's Friday, which actually means something kind of cool we can do, so yeah. And then yeah. Probably, I'll also do the big thing with small clip, but I will obviously cut once again. Alright, what you got? Robot Movie Master, and there we go. So now let's go to the Ferris wheel here. Because N is waiting for us, obviously. This is kind of fitting. This sure takes you back. You ride this Ferris with me. You remind me of that trainer. I think about it, we both rode this Ferris wheel too. Making dreams come true is hard. I want to film me again. I mean, you remember that day. Sorry, I'll be going. Yep, when we wrote the Ferris wheel together in Blacklight, yeah, that's why I revealed that, yeah, he was the boss of Team Plaza. I think I was shocked, and it was for kind of a strange reason. I thought, like, wait, he's the leader and not Getsus or something like that? I realize that's something I would say, so yeah. But anyway, though, that's not the end of Kyurem, obviously, because we need to start talking about Kyurem's different forms. So yeah, we'll do that. So yeah, let's heal up. And yeah, let's get all 3 of them out. Anyway, this is the preparations I was kind of talking about before. But anyway, that done. We get more wallpays because he called Kyurem. That makes a lot of sense. Anyway, we got a Brave Nature, alright. So yeah, let's, we need to put away 3 Pokemon for this, so yeah, let's do that. Okay, so we got Reshiram and Zekrom, the 2 that we caught 2 parts ago now, so yeah. So now it's time to do some Pokemon Fusion. So let's go now back, and I believe, yeah, we need to go to the DNA splices. Here we go. Splice up uses Kyurem and Sun Pokemon. They are said to have been 1 in the beginning. So yeah. Let's fuse with a Course Russian first. We've got White Kyurem now. So yeah, let's have a look at them. We now have Fusion Flare and Ice Spin in our moveset now too, because yeah, I believe how it works is that when you do fuse, it uses the level up moves. So yeah, in this case, actually no, it wouldn't. That's kind of interesting. But yeah, it completely replaced I guess yeah, that kind of makes sense that I think about, because yeah, before it used to have what did it have before? Let me have a look. Yeah, 2 of its moves got replaced in its level up move. That'd be Scary Face and Glacier, right? So then yeah, now it has Fusion Flare and Ice Spin. As you probably expect, the Black Kyurem is gonna have Fusion Bolt and Freeze Shock. But anyway, we already talked a good amount about White Kyurem before and Black Kyurem. Of course, amazing stats. Now has Turbo Blaze for its ability, so it doesn't care about other abilities. White Kyurem also has the amazing 170 special attack, alongside 95 speed, 100 special defense, 90 defense, 120 attack, and Kyurem's already very good, obviously, 125 HP. So yeah, if you want, the strongest Draco media around, well yeah, here you go. It's also very good in Hail, obviously, with Blizzard. You also use Gravity with that too, like I mentioned before. In terms of moves though, they learn basically the same moves, but now that now though you have access to them as well, we can catch them. So something like Earth Power and Ice Beam are obviously very good. You can also, use Dragon Pulse, you can use Fusion Flare alongside that, just have, That's like a simple life moveset right there, I guess you could say. So yeah, you probably want to have a timid nature for this thing. Having the speed minus nature is not great, but hey, you can't use Kyurem in the battle phase anyway, so it's fine. So yeah, so there's that. Now, of course, you can use the DNA splices and unfuse them now, so let's do that. Not like that. And yeah, Splice separates Kyurem and sub-Pokemon when they are fused. Let's do that. Now Kyurem's back to normal, so now we're going to use it again. This time, obviously, with Zekrom. Now we got Black Kyurem, obviously. So let's have a look at them. Of course, yeah, Brave Nature's not bad for this thing, obviously, so yeah, once again, yeah, Black Kyurem has that amazing 170 attack. Now, the main problem is that there isn't really any good Ice-type moves to use this with. Giant-type moves, though, well, it's definitely got plenty of those because of Outrage. If you want the strongest Outrage around in the game, well, here you go, Sup a Choice Power, and yeah, everything dies, even Steel-type, so yeah, that's how Black Kyurem basically works, so yeah. So yeah, there's that. Now again, the main problem with this Pokemon is that again, it didn't have any physical ice type moves. That's why they put it in OU in black or white, which that was a bit controversial. Then once it actually did get physical ice type moves like Icicle Sphere, for example, then yeah, it returned to where it rightfully belongs, so yeah. Yeah, at this point, yeah, if you're using ice type moves, you're mainly using special ones because it still has 120 special attacks, so yeah, it still kind of hits hard with them. I can also use Earth Power as some steel type coverage. But that's really all it has. I guess you could also use Focus Blast too, but yeah. Not too many good options to the thing because again it does get Earthquake, so yeah. A very strong Pokemon, but yeah, definitely a little bit limited. At least with White Kyurem though, White Kyurem has like no problems with its coverage, so yeah. So there's that. Black Kyurem definitely does, but because of, 120, 170 attack outrage, you can't be too mad about it, so yeah. Anyway, considering that, these fusions are a good thing, but the story let's, make them whole once again. But yeah, again, it's pretty cool that, you can do this. So there we go. So now we'll put them all back in the box. So yeah. Now that we had a good talk about them. Yeah, I did have a good talk about them before because, yeah, again, I definitely wanted to do that, so yeah. So there we go. And yeah, I think overall too, as Pokemon, yeah, White Kyurem and Black Kyurem are probably better than the, I mean, they are the best overall Pokemon when compared to the pieces, but of course the pieces do have, their own niches. I think the idea is that, Kyurem isn't supposed to be that amazing on its own, but yeah, it still definitely could be, so yeah. Of course, then Resho Zekrom had their own niches, thanks to, Volt Strike and Fusion Blast. So it's a very interesting trio. I feel like to call this the Tau Trio because, Resho and Zekrom are supposed to represent Yin and Yang, I believe. So yeah, so that's why they say that. Alright, with that done, yeah, like I said, I think I'm just going to do the big same as Small Court, and then I'm going to end this spot after I do so. And then yeah, next time, yeah, we've done basically everything on... we've basically explored everywhere we haven't explored yet. Or we've explored everywhere that we've already explored is what I should be saying, so yeah. So that probably means that, yeah, next time, yeah, we're going to be thinking about, next time we're going to be thinking about journeying out somewhere else. So, yeah. Another thing I could do, actually, now I think about it, I could also, wrap things up on the mainland by also buying those TMs. So, yeah, maybe I'll go ahead and do that instead. And I'll do the big sim small club at the next spot. I mean, that's what I'll use. So, yeah. So yeah, let's do that instead. Make things a little bit more simpler for me, I guess you could say as well, but anyway. Like I said, we have a lot of money, so yeah, let's go buy Charable. Let's go buy Reflect. Yeah, Reflect and Light Scroll are technically moves that Antonia could use. It might not be such a bad thing, considering that, yeah, again. The BST, yeah, doesn't quite catch up with the rest of my Pokemon, so yeah. So yeah. Miss Charlton, I believe, also has the person who wants to see how many TMs we've collected, so yeah. So I think that's the main thing I want to show after this. Let's head in here. And let's go ahead and buy them. So yeah, I don't actually bought any of these. So yeah, Hail, Sunny Day, Rain Dance, and Sandstorm. So there you go. Now, yeah, we're gonna fly, and we're going to... I don't think Lentimus did have... Undella didn't. Then it was Lacunosa. This is one of the moves I was thinking about before. Of course, yeah, the main missing ones now are gonna be the ones in the belts, by MPWT, so yeah. Okay, though, maybe doing all those World Leader tournaments will help with that, so yeah. Anyway, let's get Thunder, and let's get Fire Blast. Yeah, a lot of these gems are going to be eating your wallet, and the last one's Hyper Beam and Giga Impact at Shopping Mall 9. And there's going to be a few more later on as well, well, 2 notable ones at least, so yeah. So anyway, off we go again. Let's go on the bike, and yeah, let's go over here. Let's take a look at the Swarm, which is on Route 9. Fully enough. That'll be swallowed. And I believe the TMs are over here. So let's get Hyper Beam and Giga Impact. So there we go. Good stuff. Alright, so now we're going to go back to Miss Stroughton. And we're going to show how many TMs we have. And hope we get a good reward for doing so. So we go. But yeah, of course, no reason why we're going to be going down on the sea. Bianca did say that, yeah, we should go to November Town. So yeah. Yeah, 71 TMs. I've never seen some of these before. Wow, I didn't even know such teams existed. I can tell you selected each one with so much care. Thank you, I was sure to see them as well because of this trio. Not bad. Yeah, 71 already. That's, again, not too bad. Thanks to buying all those. So yeah, like I said, yeah, next time, yeah, I'm going to do the Big 7 Small Court. And I'll tell you how that went, and then yeah, we're going to and yeah, all this number now. And now that, yeah, we're gonna be heading downward. So yeah, look forward to that. I'll see you guys again for that.